Charles Schulz was the man who quietly changed the world through a pencil and a dream. He gave us Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Lucy, Linus, and a universe that looked simple on paper but carried the deepest truths of the human heart. Before the fame and fortune, Schulz was just a boy from Minnesota who often felt like he didn't belong anywhere. His childhood was filled with self-doubt and sadness. His father was a kind barber, his mother loving but frail. And when she passed away while he was serving in World War II, something inside him changed forever. The world felt colder, emptier, and that loneliness would echo through his art for the rest of his life. In the army, he drew small cartoons on scrap paper just to stay sane. He watched friends laugh one day and never come back the next, and he carried that quiet grief back home. That experience gave birth to Charlie Brown, a boy who never seemed to win but never stopped trying. Schulz used his characters to speak the truths he couldn't say out loud. Charlie Brown's constant failures mirrored his own insecurities. Lucy's arrogance hid the control he wished he had. Linus's wisdom reflected his spiritual questions. And Snoopy's wild imagination showed the dreamer inside him who refused to grow old. In 1950, when Peanuts first appeared, nobody expected it to become a phenomenon. It was different from every other comic strip. There were no big punchlines, no superheroes, just small, relatable moments filled with quiet humor and emotion. But people saw themselves in those children. In their confusion, hope, and heartbreak, Schulz's art spoke to both kids and adults, reminding everyone that growing up never really ends. By the 1960s, Peanuts had become part of American culture, from newspapers to TV specials like A Charlie Brown Christmas, which itself almost never aired because networks thought it was too slow and too simple. But when it did, it became one of the most loved holiday specials ever made. That heartfelt message about hope and kindness reflected Schulz's belief that simplicity could still touch hearts. Behind the success, though, Schulz remained humble and shy. He worked alone, drawing every single frame himself without assistance. He rarely took vacations and kept a strict daily routine. His studio was his sanctuary where he wrestled with his thoughts and turned them into lines that spoke to millions. But his personal life wasn't always as peaceful. He went through heartbreak, a painful divorce, and the weight of fame that never felt comfortable on his shoulders. He once admitted that he often felt like Charlie Brown himself, doing his best but never feeling good enough. Even when he had everything as years went by, Schulz began to see his characters as extensions of his soul. When illness struck in 1999, he made the heartbreaking decision to retire. For a man who had drawn Peanuts every single day for 50 years, it was like saying goodbye to his own children. His final strip ran on February 13, 2000, with a simple message to his readers. Dear friends, I have been fortunate to draw Charlie Brown and his friends for almost 50 years. It has been the fulfillment of my childhood ambition. And with that, the story ended, just hours before that strip was published. Charles Schulz passed away peacefully in his sleep. It was as if his life and work were perfectly timed. His heart stopped the same day his final message reached the world. Even today, his spirit lives on through every panel, every line, every gentle reminder that life may not be perfect. But it's still beautiful. Charles Schulz didn't just create a comic strip. He created a mirror that reflected all our emotions. He made us laugh, cry, and think, teaching us that kindness and hope are never outdated. His legacy reminds us that even small, quiet voices can change the world forever. Subscribe to Hollywood Bulletin and press the bell icon, because more untold stories like this one are coming your way. Stories that reveal the real people behind the art that shaped generations.